What's up guys, this is Shams11 and today I'm going to talk to you about the JXD S7800b. For those who don't know, this is basically a touchscreen tablet that does emulations. We have emulators for everything retro you could ever possibly want and more. We've got dual sticks, we've got various shoulder buttons, we've got space for an SD card for extra memory. We have a host of various different buttons on the front, including one that's really cool which allows you to remap the controls for any game. And we start off with a pretty cool touchscreen tablet, really. It's got everything you can want on here, from things like YouTube. I've got my Xbox One Smart Glass. We can have videos, Twitch, music, all those kind of cool things, and we have the Play Store. For those who are Apple, Play Store is where basically we get apps and games from. I've got things like NBA Jam, cost me a whopping penny. Sonic 2 was absolutely free. But the main one you want is Game Center. Now, Game Center, when I got mine, was broken, as seems to be happening to a few people. All I had to do was go on the Play Store, and I installed Happy Chick, absolutely free. Downloads really quickly, and it brings you up to this. This is your main screen. And if we click on category, we can see this is straight out of the box how the console comes. It has emulators built in for Game Boy Color, Mega Drive, N64, PlayStations, MAMEs, all sorts of things. We've got absolutely tons of them. So if we click on one, let's go for SNES. We can see we just have pages and pages of games, and when you find one you like, you can really easily install. If we just click on the download button and we click on official download rather than on the side there, it will start downloading. There you go, download complete, easy peasy. What you have to do now is come out of here, you click on play. Now this has 3 gig of memory built in. I'm less than a gig full, and I've got absolutely tons. You can see you can then separate your games up into MAME. I've got a couple of Mega Drive games, I've got quite a few N64 games, I've even got PSP, I've got all sorts of things on here. So if we load up one, what would we like to see? Let's go for a bit of Mario Kart. Now what's cool with these games is if we press the menu button here, we can restart, we can save our games at any point, we can load them at any point, change sound settings, change it to all different kind of different options there, which is pretty cool. Except I think I've just crashed it because I loaded that up instantly. There we go. You can even change the orientation, so you can play that way if you want. I'm not really sure why you'd want to. Now some of the games don't work at all straight out. There you go, welcome to Mario Kart straight away. Things like Parappa the Rapper, you will need to adjust the controls, otherwise it will make absolutely no sense at all. But it's really quick, really easy to do, it's not a problem. We've got to be Peach, Toad even, not Peach. Who wants to be Peach? We've got to be Toad. Toad's the best. But usually I avoid emulators like the plague because they just don't feel right. They feel washy. Sometimes the controls just, aren't quite right. The games aren't the proper games. They're these fake versions. But so far, I mean, I've had one problem game, which was Mystical Ninja starring Goemon on the N64. And it wasn't an issue with the emulator. It was a problem with the ROM. The game was just pants. But all the proper sounds are there. It plays exactly like it did on the N64. I mean, there we go, if I remember what controls are. It's an absolute joy to play, unless you play it like me, which is terrible. So if I hit this one, all I need to do is I hit exit, and it brings me up straight away, and I'm back, and we can play whatever we want. Now, there are some emulators that are on here for older games, like just trying to think now, things like Amiga, Atari ST, ZX Spectrum. See, we can just get rid of stuff really quickly as well if we don't want them anymore. Dracula was the one we loaded up, so let's play that. Really easy to use, it's just really intuitive. There are emulators you can get for free off the store. I have an Amiga one that was easily installed and set up. I had a Game Boy one that was absolutely awful, that I got rid of because I just didn't know what I was doing, but I'm an absolute technophobe. The good thing is as well, because you can connect to PC, you can drag and drop files, so you can put your music and your films onto this really easily, and in all honesty it's probably the easiest way to get games, but you can do everything just through the console itself, the JXD. Now this is from Funstock Games. I'm sure you can get it from other places, but you know, Funstock, they're reliable, the games work well. You know, it's just, I mean, it looks brilliant. The screen is absolutely gorgeous. In fact, you know, I play a lot of SNES games. I play them on a massive, great big, you know, 60-inch plasma telly, and this certainly looks a lot better than, you know, I've ever experienced on there. I couldn't recommend this highly enough. I got this as a surprise present, and I'm absolutely thrilled with it. It's a great bit of kit. I highly recommend it if you've got any interest at all in the old games. There's just so much to see and do with this, and I've barely scratched the surface when it comes to games. You know, I just couldn't recommend it highly enough, basically. There you go. If you've been wondering, if you're not sure, if you've got any tips for me, there are various things, you know, I don't know how to use yet. I would say just keep an eye out for, on the side here, you've got Japanese, English, European. Obviously pick English if you want to be able to understand it, unless you can read Japanese. I can't. But the nice thing is that there are loads of, like on the SNES, there were loads of games that weren't available in the UK, that were, you know, only available for American or Japanese markets, and we now can play them. So there you go, the JXD. This is the S7800b. An absolute pleasure to play games on, and very welcome in my retro gaming world. Like I say, if you found this useful, please give me a little thumbs up, leave me a comment below. Thank you ever so much for watching. Till next time.